Hey guys, welcome back to Candid Cloud Convos.
We are your hosts, Gina and Emelita. If you didn't know that already, now you know.
If you don't know, now you know.
Moving on to our main segment, a lot of people sent in like their stories about stories that they wanted advice on.
Yeah.
So we're thinking like we're going to give our unsolicited,
Unsolicited, unprofessional,
unfiltered
uneducated
opinion or advice. Ask and you shall receive.
Good intentions for everyone. If we say something that doesn't resonate with you, leave it. What is it? Those tarot readers, they're like, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And
which can be fucking anything, but
literally. But yeah, just take it with a grain of salt. This is our best uneducated, unprofessional advice, and here you go. You asked for
and
it.
This is us like, we're reading it right now and then responding to it. So, it's just off the dome.
Y'all welcome. Also, if you guys want to share in and give your advice on what you would do personally, comment on YouTube or Instagram and tell them what they should have done or what they should do.
Love that.
I think that would be cool. We're making a little community here, you know what I mean? I went first last time, so you can go first this time.
Okay, so the one I have pulled up right here is teenagers, and it's about a relationship.
Ooh.
So, I, 16 female, broke up with my now ex-boyfriend, 18 male, over FaceTime a few days ago. I nearly instantly regretted it. Up until when I talked to him and called things off, we had been together for almost 7 months. The first little while of the relationship had been pretty strong. We hadn't had much issues and everything was fine. But as the relationship progressed, we started having arguments, insecurities, trust issues, etc. And it's not that anyone had done anything wrong, but we would get in our head and start a problem and then argue about it, but would never actually communicate about it. It got to a point where nobody would say anything that bothered them in the effort to not upset the other person. The day after I had ended things, I cried so much throughout the day to the point of puking twice. I ended up calling him again that night to try to figure out how we can fix things. We've been talking on the phone every night since trying to talk about what needs to be fixed for us to go back into a relationship. But he's having slight hesitation because he fears I'll give up without trying to talk anything out again. I love him and don't want to lose him, so I'll take any suggestion.
First of all, we hear you. Second of all, like, let me validate her feelings real quick.
Yeah.
We hear you. Maybe... So she wasn't too specific on like what needed to be fixed or like what they really need to work on other than communication.
That's what I got from it too. Yeah.
So obviously I think communication is always something you can work on, like in any relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend,
friendship,
family members, anything, So communication is something I feel like we're always constantly working on, but not everyone communicates the same way and not everyone like listens the same way. Like to be an active listener and then also to be like an active communicator or open communicator, it's like two different skills that you have to
they go hand in hand.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say number one, I think he's valid in his feeling of being a little unsure or like having cold feet toward it because he's like, well, you kind of blindsided me with that anyway. So I feel like she should definitely kind of not cater to his feelings in that way, but definitely
validate them
and validate what he's feeling, because that did probably come out of left field for him. Even if they've argued or whatever, like he probably didn't think, damn, she's going to break up with me.
Yeah. And so especially like because she said they were going strong.
Like 7 months, right?
Yeah.
Which is a lot of people say like, oh, less than a year is not that long. But if you think about every single day for 7 months, that's a significant amount of time to be spending talking and getting to know one person, and like focusing in on that. So I think just being honest in maybe telling him that you got nervous or that, things were going well or things were not going so well and you got nervous too. But if it's both of you having the same goal in mind to be together, then you should be able to talk it out, I think.
And I think that's the key right there too, is like you just said, like if both of them are willing to work it out.
Right.
It seems like he is, because she said they've been on the phone, every night trying to talk it out.
Right.
And he's hesitant, but
playing field.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it seems like he wants to work it out. So as long as the both of them are open to working on that communication, I feel like they'll be fine.
Right.
You
But
know?
I think he can't just blame everything on her too. Like
No,
he
absolutely not.
definitely
And
needs to
especially
take responsibility and accountability for his side of things too.
I think also their age. Like they're young, and if she said nothing really made them feel like something was going on, but they just were having trust issues.
Yeah.
I think it just plays with age and not, assuming that
Unsure.
shit's gonna come up.
Right.
So especially if nothing's happened, then it's literally just the communication. It's just
Yeah.
I'm kind of feeling a type of maybe it's something that I need to go through. I'm having insecurities within myself, and it's not necessarily
Like
you're doing
projecting.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could also be that.
And you know what I'm thinking too while you're talking? I was gonna say a lot of the times, especially when you're a teenager, like you go to your girlfriends for advice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they've had an experience that's even a little similar, they will project all of that shit and be like,
Yeah.
girl, don't be stupid, or like,
Yeah.
I was there, like I got away, or blah blah blah,
Oh my
whatever.
God.
And kind of
That
like
reminds me.
it like morph into your situation, but it might not be the same. So don't just take what other people tell you and run with it.
You guys can work that out.
I think so too. And if not, like if you try to work it out and it doesn't go, then just trust that that was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But you worked on your communication and it's going to help you in the future, regardless, with him or with someone else. So this one I thought was really interesting. And we don't have this specific problem, but I thought it would be really cool to like hear your side about it.
Okay.
So this person reached out and said, it's become increasingly harder to ignore the very different taste in music me and my two friends have. They love rap, R&B, and hip hop, whereas I'm more charts, old school 80s and 90s, cheese. I didn't know what that meant, but cheese and house/dance music. Nights out have become a bit fraught, I would say. We go somewhere mainly based on their music preference, and for me, the night always ends up getting boring, or I go home early because I just can't get into the music and enjoy it. Believe me, I tried.
Oh.
I respect you trying, girl.
Yeah.
I do think going forward, I'll try and suggest doing nights out where it isn't music involved. Example, comedy clubs, drunk bingo. Ooh, bitch, that sounds fun as
Oh my,
hell.
we kind of did. Well, no, we weren't drinking, but we kind of did that a little bit.
Could have though.
We could have. We should have.
Could have. I won $7 that night. She said, but they've recently suggested a girls' holiday, which I was all for until I thought of how awful it would be for me if it was just them dominating their music taste in the evenings/nights the entire time. I'd hate it. Compromise would be nice, but the one friend is quite headstrong and brash and has in the past complained if a bar or club night out isn't her cup of tea. So I have learned just to give in. I love these friends and can have such a laugh with them, but I'll worry I'll become the boring friend or not seem as fun to them if continuing this way. What do I do?
Okay. A lot of thoughts went through my head as you were going through that. One, I think,
right?
Yeah, very interesting because she's saying, they're cool friends, they can have a laugh, and that's cool. But if they're not compromising with you, if you're always compromising with them and going to places that play their kind of music, but they're not reciprocating that to you, I don't think that's fair. And a person can be headstrong, and it's fine to be headstrong. It's good, but that doesn't mean you always get your way. Like if at that point that person's not giving in at all for anything, they don't even really care about your feelings. Because
that's what I was thinking too. I was like, that's not the same thing. Like just because you're headstrong doesn't mean what you say goes all the time or your way or the highway. And if it is, I'm cool.
That's
like,
different. It's just being selfish at that point. And it's like they should want to accommodate you. If they see that, you're not having that much fun, and they should be like, oh, do you want to hit up like a different place that has this kind of music or do something else? I feel like as a friend, you would want to do that anyways, because going out, you want everybody to be having a good time. And also with the fact that she's saying like, oh, like they're cool, I can have a good laugh with them, like that's cool too. But I think we've mentioned this before, where you can have friends for different things. So maybe they're just not the friends you go out with. Maybe you can have a different group of friends that you have a better time with outside, and you can hang out with them doing other things.
Like maybe you guys go to the movies or to
dinner,
or
like she said, comedy club or whatever.
Yeah, like do something else. But I feel like music is such a huge part of people's lives, especially for us too. Like we're playing music when we're getting ready, when we're leaving somewhere, obviously in the car, when we're literally just chilling there and it's quiet, like we put music on in the background, even if we're not really listening to it. So I could see how if it's always playing, you're not your taste of music, I would see how you'd be like, fuck, dude. Like,
right. Like,
eventually I'd be annoyed
they do a mix?
too. Yeah, or be like, if you try to suggest a song and just be like, oh, I want to show you this song. Like, we do this a lot with each other. Like, we, for the most part, like the same genres of songs and stuff, but sometimes we'll find a song and we'll be like, oh, dude, I'm really into it, this and that. Sometimes we like it, sometimes it's not like our favorite song or whatever, but like we're constantly doing that. So if you were to suggest one of your favorite songs and they're not vibing with it, it's fine for them not to vibe with it, but to not even play it for you to enjoy, like that's kind of fucked up and selfish to me.
It sounds like a one-sided street, and
super selfish.
You shouldn't be a part of that.
Yeah.
As your friends, they should want you to have a good time.
And as at the end of the day, your friends, you should get better friends. Yeah.
Share your music with us. We'd love to hear it.
I didn't even know what cheese music was, but I'm gonna look it up now.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but let us know. Show us the good ones so we have a good starting, base.
Right. If you guys are curious about our music taste, check out our playlist. They're very outdated. Well, like a year-ish outdated, but still some bangers in there. So definitely check out our playlist videos.
And that's just like a little glimpse of the music we like.
Yeah. Like, those are some of my favorite videos to rewatch. I don't know.
They're so fun.
So cute. Yeah.
They were so fun.
Check them out, y'all.
That was a good one because
I thought it was so cool. Yeah.
Music, you wouldn't think music would be like a deciding factor in a friendship, but I think it's more than the music when it comes to them not caring if she's having a good time or not. Yeah.
Yeah. And compromise, like, yo, if you're not even gonna compromise about the music we're listening to, what if I have a real problem? Like, right. What the fuck what do I do then?
Okay, I have another friend one. So we'll continue the theme here. So this one said, this one gets me feeling some type of way. Okay. Me and my friends all plan to go to a week-long concert event once we finish high school. And tonight I received an email saying my booking had been canceled. I messaged our group chat asking what had happened, and they all lied to me saying they have no clue why my booking was canceled.
Oh, hell no.
Okay. Eventually, they told me that they had decided to uninvite me from the event. Their reason was that they found me annoying sometimes because I apparently am too random. I don't know. I'm just feeling really excluded and sad as now my entire friend group is going to this, but I can't. I haven't had any problems with them in the past, and this has all came up out the blue, and I just don't know what to do. That rhymed. Whilst I know the typical advice would be to take a break or leave the friend group, the problem is that I have been friends with these guys for years and I have no one to fall back on. Whilst I know this is oddly specific, is there any advice you guys can give that would be greatly appreciated?
First of all, fuck those bitches.
Thank you.
Second of all, run me my refund for my portion of this fucking trip. I would take it as a win that I didn't go on a trip with a bunch of people who are secretly talking shit behind my back and secretly don't want me to be there. I would just take my money and go treat myself and be like, peace out. You guys have a fucked up time. I'm just kidding. You guys have a great time. I hope you get back safe, but like also hope one of you gets like stung by a bee or something.
Stung by a jellyfish or something.
Yeah. And then wish, you deserve way fucking better.
Yeah.
And don't even like feed into it.
I mean, what kind of excuse is that even? You're too random. What the fuck does that even mean?
You mean like, I'm too curious and I know a lot of random things? Like, I'd be happy to be like, yeah, that's cool. I didn't know about that.
Okay. So this one, it really had me feeling a type of way, obviously, right? I don't know. I don't get it. So, okay, in junior high, going into high school in the like first couple years, our friend group was like 8 or 9 deep. So not like a lot.
She says squad.
Right. So like not like a lot, but there's pretty decent amount of us, right?
That's a lot of people to me.
And especially now, girl.
Yeah. I'm like, we're a squad of 2.
The circle's a dot.
A 2 and dogs.
But yeah, so at the time there was a good amount of us. And so it was easy for some of us to at some point feel left out. Because obviously there's like little subgroups and whatever, but it was always unintentional as far as I remember. She was invited. This is different because she was invited to the fucking vacation or event or whatever. Mm-hmm. They uninvited her without telling her which means they hit up the fucking hotel. They talked to the hotel, planned this out to take her off of the reservation,
and then
didn't
lied.
say a fucking word to her, and then lied about it. Like, what?
And how are you going to say you didn't know what happened, but she was the only one whose
right.
shit got canceled? And then
why even invite her in the first place then?
That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all shouldn't have had such a big mouth and just be people pleasing or whatever the fuck happened. And you should have just been honest.
And then also the fact that what bothered me was that she was like, prior to this, there was nothing wrong. This seems out the blue.
Right.
So either they've been talking shit about behind her back for a cool minute.
Yeah.
Or something happened that they haven't discussed with her. So there's nothing she can even do about it. And they just decided, they decided, okay, boom, we're taking her out then.
Regardless, fake ass friends.
Fake. Every single one of them.
Move on.
And you said it was for when they graduate high school. I think she said that, right?
I think so, yeah.
When they finish high school. So girl, you're going to be moving on. You don't even have to see them no more anyways. This is the perfect time for you to drop those friends because they're not even friends. Yeah. And find yourself some good fucking loyal, honest people.
Right. That's
because like us, we like random shit. We're random. Everybody's random.
This podcast is random. Have y'all not noticed?
Oh my god, I hate that excuse. That doesn't even mean anything. You're too random.
Move the frick on.
That's the advice. Find new friends.
Yeah. Don't waste your time trying to get back to them. Just focus on yourself and finding some new people that enjoy.
That's fucked up though, huh?
That is fucked up. Like you said, what does random even mean?
Right.
I don't get it. It's stupid. Okay. So this one is about a bridesmaid situation.
Ooh, I love these. Okay,
I love stuff about this. Neither of us have ever been bridesmaids. However, we've seen very many movies. And I think we have something to say. But I think this person's being wrong.
They are the asshole? No.
I think so.
Okay.
If there was a situation like that, I think so.
Right. Okay. I'm excited.
Need some advice and opinions about this. Have been invited to my cousin's wedding in another state in August. I have also been asked to be the maid of honor. We are close, etc. They didn't explain much. Issue is
we are close, etc.
Yeah, etc. Issue is my boyfriend will not be able to make the dates due to starting a new job just 1 week before the wedding dates. He has had this job lined up for over 9 months now, so nothing was new. The dates have just been announced, but I was hoping that there would be some discussion about them to see if they were suitable for everyone due to turbulent times around Corona with travel and finding work, etc. I want my boyfriend to be there, especially because money is tight right now, so travel is expensive and something we want to do together, especially for family and friends, weddings. I feel bad about the situation because it's their wedding and I have been asked to be the maid. It should be their day, but at the same time, I just wish there was a bit more consideration because my boyfriend can't make it and I would 100% prefer for him to be there too. Especially because we could travel together and the cost of just me going might be burden enough for any travels in the future.
Wait, what is she asking for?
She's basically asking for advice and opinions on. So let me just.
Does she want them to change the date?
She's hoping or asking for her cousin to reconsider the date of her wedding to her husband because her boyfriend can't come because of his job prior engagements to his job. However, she's kind of blaming it on like travel and the fact that she doesn't have money, but then also is saying twice already that like she'd prefer to have her boyfriend there. So if he could go, there would be no problem. End of story. You'd be fine. I don't think your cousin should have to change her wedding date because your boyfriend can't make it. Like it is what it is.
That makes absolutely no fucking sense to me.
That's what I was saying.
Your boyfriend can't make it to my wedding. That doesn't, I'm sorry, but that doesn't mean shit to me. Like, no, does she even understand? Like, we've never gotten married or been to weddings, but like, even I understand the fact that getting a date at a venue, getting dates for fucking caterers or all this stuff it is set. And once you put out dates, that's set in stone. Like, you have to change everything to change a date.
Exactly.
Why would she do all of that just because your boyfriend can't make it?
Right. She's gonna select a new maid of honor.
Right.
Can't go. Like,
that's not her fault. That's not her problem.
No.
If you accepted the position or the role, I guess, of a maid of honor, you don't get to switch shit up just because your boyfriend now can't go.
Not convenient for your plans.
Right.
I'm
like,
sorry,
you're
girl.
there to support her.
Yeah. I'm sorry, girl. We love you, but you need to
somebody got to tell you, and it'll be us.
Yeah, we'll take the L on that one. We'll be the bad guys to tell you that that's very selfish of you. This is your cousin's wedding, and it's not about you in the slightest. No. So
you'll have other days.
Or if you can't make it for money reasons, financial reasons, whatever, then just be honest with her. So that way she has time to make.
And at that point, no one can tell you nothing. If it's for financial reasons, like no one can say anything about something that's financial. But if it's just because your boyfriend can't make it, girl, bye.
You're going to let your boyfriend not being able to go to a party, pretty much. A wedding's a party. So you're telling me that you're going to not go to your cousin's wedding because your boyfriend can't make it to the party. So if your loyalty with your cousin lies with your boyfriend, then I guess then you're a shitty cousin too, because that's fucked up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We can't side with you on that one.
No, sis, sorry. Maybe next time.
Yeesh.
You take this L and you learn something and then move forward. You know?
Lesson. Just take it as a lesson.
Self-awareness.
Okay, so this next one is really short, but I don't know, so wholesome, the question. Aww. She said, do teen guys really see the girl's personality and not appearance when they want to be close with them, or is appearance all that matters?
Oh, does she mean as like a love prospect, or she means friends, or just in general?
She didn't say. All she said was when they want to be close with them. So let's just assume
like a crush.
Like a crush, yeah.
Okay, so she's asking if guys actually care about personality, or if they just the right guy, yes, or a good guy, yeah. They do care about personality. Yeah. And that matters more.
She said specifically teen guys. So we're going to assume she's a teenager too. But so I feel like at that age, I feel like at first it might be like appearance. Like that might be what initially attracted them.
The driving factor.
But to stay, I would think the personality is where that kicks in. Because you could be like the most beautiful girl, but if you have a shit personality, that's not going to keep that many people around for that long.
Yeah, it's not going to go anywhere. You might be like a hot commodity, but also you're going to be like attracting the guy who just wants like a trophy type of girlfriend or whatever. You know what I mean? So if there's not much substance there, you know, it would be hard for you to really make a connection with someone. If
just based off looks,
you don't have anything in common, your values don't align, it's never going to be a long-lasting, healthy, happy relationship regardless. Yeah. So
like I knew this girl in I would say let's say high school, but no, okay. I just knew this girl and she's gorgeous. She's really pretty, always has been really pretty. But she had a very mean girl mentality. So very like, I'm better, blah, 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 that mentality, right? The very like, personality. Hate it. Yeah. She had that kind. So initially, like everyone could say, yeah, she's hella pretty, you know, no one can deny that. But when it came down to like guys that I would talk to, when she would get brought up, they would be like, yeah, but like I wouldn't date her. And it'd be like, okay, well, but why? Like you're saying she's really pretty, and they're like, yeah, but she acts like this, and you know, yada yada yada. Yeah. But it's like, again, you could be really really pretty, but if you're really mean or you just like have a shit personality, it's not going. People eventually see through the looks. Yeah. You know.
Thank God.
I know.
Thank God. Lord. I would just say
God bless.
Right. I think just knowing who you are, like. For example, like other people that I know, they might not be the finest things in the world, but they're confident. They know who they are. They know what they're about and their values and everything like that. So there's no issue. Like there's no, maybe it doesn't work out, but also they're not sitting there telling somebody else, like you said, about, oh yeah, she's pretty, but that's not a girl that I would be with.
You want to be with, yeah.
Yeah. They might mess around with her, which is fucked up too. But like,
yeah,
that's to them, that's all that girl would be. And the word of the boys, that spreads quick, and they might just do it
so
just
quick
if they could get her, or it turns into like a game for these boys.
Yeah, rather than something serious.
Yeah. So I would just say for you, if you're trying to be more like approachable to a guy or whatever, just be you, just be yourself. The right person is going to find you attractive and also intriguing, and that's it. Whew, we are getting through these. My boyfriend's birthday is coming up, and by the time it comes around, we would have been dating for like 5 months, which isn't that long, but I really like him a lot and I want to do something meaningful for him. Nice. I got a job like a month after us dating because I was worried I wouldn't be able to afford being in a relationship, like going on dates, wearing nice things, etc. But instead, I ended up using all the free time I had to see him working, so money hasn't even been an issue. I really want to save up and get him this Lego set he really he wants really bad, but it's like $800. He told me during Valentine's he thought I was going to get that for him, probably because I mentioned I had wanted to get him a Lego set, and he was worried since it was very expensive. On the other hand, he spends so much on me and wants to constantly buy me jewelry and nice dresses, so I feel like even if I did get him this Lego set, he wouldn't feel bad, or he shouldn't feel bad about the price. There's a smaller version of this set that's like $150, and my friend told me to get that instead. So I went to go see it at the store, and my friend told me that it was a lot smaller than he imagined, and the $800 one is much cooler, obviously. So now I'm deciding, I feel like if I got him the $800 one, he would feel like he has to pay me back, and I don't want him to feel bad that he has one up on me by the time my birthday comes around. Or I can get the 151, which isn't the one he's been wanting, sort of disappointing. I'm not sure what he'd want me to do. I still have a few paychecks to save up until his birthday comes around. What should I do?
Okay, first off, really sweet that you're even willing to spend $800 on this boy that you've known for 5 months.
Right.
I can't say though, like I'm not gonna say that it's wrong. Again, if you really like him and you can do it, it's not gonna put you in financial struggle,
right? Or burden.
Then if he's constantly doing that stuff for you and you feel like
there's value there,
then again, if it doesn't put you in a financial struggle, then go with the gift.
Who's to tell you otherwise?
Get him what he wants. I wouldn't say get the small one, only because if it's really small and it's not the one he wants, it's just kind of like, oh, thanks, right. Obviously most likely a good person, we're not going to say anything, but like if you're gonna do it, then do it right at the same time.
And also he might use it if it's not what you're expecting,
so I would say
that you could have just kept on taking him to dinner or something.
Right. So if you can do it, then just do it. It'll make him happy, it'll make you happy because you want to do it anyways.
And seeing the reaction of him being like,
oh
God, like that's so
and if he takes it as like, oh, you have one up or whatever, I think it just means that he wants to do something equally as nice for you, which I don't think is a bad thing either.
No.
And if you're not putting that pressure on him, then if you're not putting that pressure on him that, oh, well, now you have to get me something even better, like, then it's like you guys that's your guys, they must be their love language is gifting.
Right.
So there's nothing wrong with that. If they both appreciate it, they both like it. Okay.
And even in like our Christmas episode or the holiday episode, we talked about how we have such a satisfaction about buying something for someone that we know they really, really want. And so if you know that that's exactly what he wants and you can get it for him, like you said, just do it. And who's to tell you that
your money?
Yeah, exactly. Who's to tell you anything else? So do what you want.
Get him the $800 Lego set.
Feel obligated to do it just because that's what he's asking for. Do something that you can't afford that's still nice and thoughtful. because
Yeah.
you obviously
Oh
can't
yeah, that's the main one. If he's not
yeah
forcing you to do it or pressuring you to do it, then
right.
cool, do it.
Yeah.
But like if he's making it a big deal, then that's different. That's
Right.
weird.
Yeah.
Good mention.
Like you gotta
Okay, this one
come correct or don't come at all.
this one it's just kind of random, I guess.
Okay.
But I feel like it's something I would get annoyed about too. So
Okay.
I want to know what you think about it. She said, I asked my friend group to stop calling me a past nickname. I've had it for a long time, so I understand it's a bit hard to break the habit, but it really bothers me. They mostly agreed, except this one girl keeps calling me that in the group chat. What do I tell her?
To fuck off. Yeah, to fuck
Period.
off. Like I'm like no. If someone cannot respect that, it's a boundary, right? Like she's trying to teach them a new boundary, and if someone can't respect that, I don't give a fuck who they are. That's not okay. It's not acceptable.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Especially when you're directly telling them, and it's not like that's one thing, especially about names and nicknames, is that I don't understand that people like you'll die with that fucking nickname to them. Like I understand it's repetitive and like that's what you're used to, but it's not doing anything for you in your personal life to then call someone by a different name. You know what I mean? Like it's not hurting you at all.
And like you said, like I get, and they even mentioned, or she mentioned it, like I understand breaking the habit is hard initially at first, but what if you do it? Yeah, but then you correct yourself. You're like, oh shit, sorry, and then you correct yourself.
Typing, like
yeah, come on. Like
the contact name. It's not that fucking hard.
Yeah, and I just, it's random, but I thought I wanted to mention it just because like something when it comes to your name, like
or your identity,
get it right.
Yeah,
it's rude. It's so disrespectful when you consistently make or say someone's name wrong. Right. And I don't know if you remember, but it reminded me about it reminded me about Elizabeth. Ooh. Because in the like when you first introduced us or something, she would say, so I don't know if we've ever mentioned it or if it's like a thing at all, but my full first name is Regina.
Yeah. So I think I mentioned it once.
Yeah, so my first full name is Regina, and at that point, like I was going by Regina because that school teacher, whatever, they would call me Regina. And when you introduced us, she would say my name as Regina, and I would correct her, and her excuse.
And when the fuck have you ever heard that name? First of all, I'm so sorry if anybody has that name, but like, when have you ever heard somebody named Regina?
And even worse, her excuse was, I'm sorry, it's because I have a Mexican accent. Like that's why I keep getting it wrong.
I do remember that.
And I was like, homegirl, first off, Regina, like it's not Regina in Spanish. It doesn't change. Right. It's Regina, Regina, right?
Yeah.
Second off, a lot of my friends are also Mexican. They've never had a problem saying my name right.
Yeah. And that's something about her too, is that because I didn't speak Spanish, she would always be like, oh, you're so white, blah, 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 blah. Or like, if let's say I did understand what she was saying to a certain part, but like maybe one or two words I didn't know what she was saying, so it would like kind of throw me off, or it'd take me a minute to understand. She'd be like, oh, that's because you're so white, or blah blah blah. And I'm just like, bitch, okay, then stop talking to me about it, or stop like
either stop talking to me in Spanish,
reaction out of me, or to make me feel stupid or less than you. That's the exact reason why you're doing it.
Either don't speak to me in Spanish or teach me. Like if you
I would genuinely be like, oh, I don't know what you mean, or like I would repeat, like not in Spanish, but I would say what she said and be like, but I lost you at such and such. And then she'd just laugh at me or whatever, and I'm like, you are the reason why I'm not progressing with my Spanish, because if you're the only one talking to me like this, I'm not gonna. And me personally, if I get embarrassed at that and like that, I give up.
Honestly, this is like such a good topic. So many people make fun of no sabo kids, like Latino kids that don't speak Spanish, right? It's a whole thing. Obviously, they literally made the no sabo.
Right.
I understand it. Like I understand not knowing the language of your culture and things like that. But what I hope that people think about or remember is that that's not on us. Like
as a child.
Because I'm not fluent in Spanish either. Like I can speak in a whole conversation, but like you said, like there's times where I just kind of have to like translate it in my head first for a minute, and then like, okay, I know how to respond. And not all the time I respond exactly correctly, but they know what I'm trying to say, you know?
Right.
But like, it was, if it's not taught, then there's no way for us to learn it, one.
Yeah.
And two, when you do get the courage, speaking another language is hard, and it's somewhat like embarrassing when you don't know it. So when you get made fun of about it, it closes the doors. Like you automatically, I don't want to do this anymore because I get made fun of about it.
Exactly.
So now there's not even the chance for them to learn the language because now they're embarrassed to do it.
Exactly.
Which only continues the problem.
Exactly. And it's funny because in class, like in Spanish class, when it was required for us to take a language, we both took Spanish. And in class, I feel like I would do really good. And even the teacher would be like, your pronunciation is good, this and that. So I would gain like little bits of confidence. Like, okay. Yeah. And then people in my like closer circle at the time would make fun of me, or they would just be like, I don't know why you don't understand it or whatever. And it's just kind of like, again,
well, damn, I'm trying.
I can't teach myself as a child. So how else is it going to be represented to me, you know? So it took to understand that. For me, having a job where my coworker was fluent in Spanish and like half fluent in English. And I was the opposite. I was fluent in English and like half fluent in Spanish. So we would help each other in both languages. And she wouldn't like, she never made fun of me. Or if it did, it was really lighthearted. It wasn't like she was trying to make me feel bad. Right. But like, I would help her. She would help me. And my Spanish grew so much in that time. Like I owe my speaking like skills to her because I would practice with her. That's the difference. She didn't make me feel embarrassed. You would be like, oh, does this make sense? And you'd like say it to me and I'd be like, oh, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And like that was the biggest difference, is she didn't make me feel bad or embarrassed when I would try or say something wrong. If I said it wrong, she would just be like, oh, it's like this. Yeah. Like, oh, you mean this. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then we'd continue with the conversation. Yeah. Yeah. And like, that was my main difference. Right. Someone that is not going to make you feel bad versus someone that's making fun of you every time you try, you know?
So I just gave up. I was like, okay. Yeah. Whatever.
So now it's on us to learn it for ourselves. Yeah. But it's like, as a kid growing up, you can't teach it to yourself. So at that point, it wasn't our fault if it wasn't taught to us, you know?
Right. And that's the easiest time to learn. As an adult, to learn a language, even if it's familiar to you, it's really fucking hard. Yeah. It's really hard. This is my last one, and I think it's the perfect one to end off on. Okay. I have an issue getting motivated to do things I want or need to do, and I think my life isn't going the direction I want it to. I can't get myself up in the mornings to go to school a lot. I can't go to the gym consistently, and I can't start conversations with people I don't know at all or very well. I'd appreciate any small or large pieces of advice. I really need something to get me along. And I thought it was the perfect one because we both struggle with this all the time.
Daily.
Literally resetting every single day.
Yeah. Like we talked about, we're like, oh yeah, we'll just like, we needed this reset for the new week. And we say that like every fucking week.
Yeah, if y'all are resetting every Sunday night, Monday morning too, we are right there with you. We are right there. We are the same breed. We very much are. And it's okay. At least you're putting in the effort to reset.
Yeah. I think it makes a big difference. And also kind of just, because I feel like you're very hard on yourself naturally. Like I know I need to get this stuff done or do whatever. Right. Like having a day or like a certain, or even like a certain time of the day where you're like, I'm going to give myself this time, this break. Yeah. Like I'm not going to be hard on myself. I got this done. Okay, let me take a little break. I'll finish the rest, whether it's tomorrow or later or whatever. I think that's made grace. I think when you stop being as hard on yourself, it's easier to get those things done. Yeah. If that makes sense.
And I think too, he or she is mentioning school, doing well in school, doing well at the gym consistently, you know, being less anti-social or whatever. Maybe just focus on one thing at a time if that's all you can do, or like prioritize things, right? Or instead of saying like, I can't go to the gym consistently, or just like, I haven't been going, whatever, like, if you can't get to the gym, maybe you could do something at home and just get into the routine of having that being implemented. And then eventually when you can build up enough courage and motivation to get to the gym, at least you've had an established like exercise routine. Again, not because we do better. We're just telling you guys what we suggest.
Yeah.
But I think just setting smaller goals, because when you get things done, or for me personally, I will even write the smallest thing on my to-do list just so I can check it off and feel accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
I like that, because
planning out your day,
celebrate those small goals.
Exactly.
Because
and
instead of being like, well, I'm still feeling antisocial, but it's like, hey, but I talked to some random person today. Hey, I complimented this stranger.
Someone.
Yeah, like that's a win, especially when you're feeling socially anxious or antisocial. Like that little moment or little conversation is such a huge deal, more than you think, you know?
Right. And it's like,
so I feel like celebrate those small goals. Yeah.
Right. It's a ripple effect. So if you're kind to someone, let's say at the grocery store, you happen to, because a lot of times someone will ask you as the customer service person, they will ask you how your day is. And a lot of times people just answer and they don't ask how that person's day is.
Yeah.
And so I've been in the habit of asking the person as well. And a lot of the times they're like, thank you so much for asking. And you can tell that it's like, wow, you know, like, thank you.
Which is really sad, honestly.
It really fucking is.
I always thought that was part of, like, that was the normal part of the conversation. Like, oh, good, how are you? Like, you just okay, good. And you, like, you say it back. It was like part of how the conversation works.
Yeah.
Just because there's someone that's working, like, why wouldn't you ask them how they're doing too? If they just asked you, you know?
Don't care, I guess. I don't know.
That's so rude.
I just think that, like, if you were able to do that, then maybe if that person was having a bad day, but you asking them how their day was, brighten their day, that's going to be a ripple effect, because they're going to then be kind to the next person and the next person, whatever. So I feel like we're always works in progress. So that is all for today, folks. Thank you guys so much for sending in your questions for advice.
Yeah. We've given our best advice or wisdom.
Our wisdom.
Right. Mm-hmm. And we maybe have enough time for one more wisdom.
I think we do. What's the wisdom for the week? Is it that one?
It might be. It might be.
I love it. We're so cheesy.
I know. Okay, so our wisdom for the week: stop letting your potential go to waste because you don't feel confident or ready enough. People with half your talent are making serious waves while you're still waiting to feel ready.
Believe in yourself. Be kind to others and yourself. Have a wonderful week.
We hope that you guys enjoyed, that this advice resonated, or if not, again, take it with a grain of salt.
Take what you want, leave what you don't.
And if you liked it, send us more of your stories so we can give some more advice.
Yeah, they don't have to be serious or crazy.
No, and they're all obviously anonymous.
Yeah.
Never gonna say who it is.
Oh, never, no. Unless you want us to, then that would be kind of funny.
Oh yeah, we could do that too, but with your permission.
If you mentioned specifically that you want us to tell your name, then we will, but we will keep it anonymous so that we're protecting everybody.
Thank you guys so much for listening and for watching. Again, we do have video formats now, so if you want to see it on Spotify or YouTube,
right,
don't forget.
We're doing our best to get ready every week for you guys, so please check it out. We really appreciate it, and you'll see us next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.